guys, I'm out here on this lovely day doing a full detail on the Chevy Traverse, and I wanted to talk about something, a little detail and secret of mine, um, and I want to talk about washing a car with what? Now, the only time it makes sense, the only time it absolutely makes sense to wash a car with Dawn dish soap. Now I know we can go on forever and ever and ever about Dawn dish soap and car washing and blah 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 and things like that, but there's reasons why things like that will make sense. Whole lot of reasons why. Let me find my clay bar. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my clay bar. If I don't have it, I'm probably just gonna have to work without it. But now, you hear a lot of people say that you're never supposed to wash your car with Dawn. You're always supposed to use regular car shampoo and things like that. And it's a whole lot of mixed opinions about it. Some people say that it leaves residue, when in fact it just does not. As long as you rinse it off, it won't. But the number one reason why you are not supposed to wash your car with Dawn, I don't have the clay bar, I'm just gonna have to go without it. Good thing for Dawn, right? So the number one reason why you're not supposed to wash your car with Dawn is because it strips everything off the paint. It strips off all forms of wax protection, and it strips the paint bare of any form of protection. I learned that from just using Dawn, because for a while I was using regular Carnauba paste wax when I first started detailing. I didn't know anything about synthetic sealants or anything, and Carnauba paste wax is all I really used. And then I would have to find a way to get the wax out of those pads, and I would just use Dawn dish soap to get the wax out of the pads. And the moment I put those waxy pads into my soapy water, the wax just disintegrated right off the pad. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. It just melts right on off. Like, you can kind of hear some chemical reaction where it just it just sizzles on off like it's nothing. I'm like, whoa. So I always use Dawn to clean my waxy pads. Waxy pads. Alright, so I always use Dawn to clean my waxy pads because it just breaks the wax right off the pads like it's nothing, almost as if the wax just doesn't even belong there anymore. And as I would start to detail cars, and I get ready to clay bar them, and the reason why you want to clay bar is because you want to get off a lot of bonded contaminants and things like that. And I noticed that I just tried something one day, and I washed the car with Dawn after waxing it, and lo and behold, the wax was stripped off the paint. So the only time it makes sense to wash a car with Dawn is unless you plan to put another layer of protection on the paint, and you're just trying to get any old protection off the paint that's going to cause your new layer of protection not to stick right. And also, Dawn is what help break off grease and things like that. It's a really good degreaser, and it helps get a lot of stuff off the paint that regular car shampoo will not get off the paint. Regular car shampoo is only designed to get dirt off the car, but there's a lot of things on the car other than dirt that has to come off, and that's usually what clay barring is for. But if you just use Dawn, you can get a lot of that stuff off without even having to run the clay bar. You just got to remember that because you're stripping the paint clean, you have to then go and re-protect the paint. Now, Dawn will not strip it all the way bare. There's a lot of stuff that gets embedded in the clear coat that Dawn just can't pull out. You need to physically separate that from the paint. And that's what the clay bar is for. So it's not a one-trick pony. But if you do plan on putting another layer of protection on the paint, then that is exactly why Dawn dish soap makes sense. It's cheaper than car soap. Well, it's half the price of car soap. You get half as much, but you got to use 4 times less. I mean, you get to use 4 times less. A very little bit of Dawn goes a very, very, very long way with detailing the car, or creating suds and soap and things like that. So here you have it. So if you're the kind of person that really don't know how to re-wax a car or put another layer of protection on the car, then yes, do not use Dawn dish soap. But if you're a detailer like me and you re-protect the paint every time you do a car, like I will not wash a car if it does not include me doing the whole job. You know, like a lot of people, they call and they say, oh, I just need a wash. You know, how much for a quick wash? Well, go to the car wash. I don't do quick washes. I won't do it for any amount of money. Because there's only a little bit, like, you know, like there's only so much money you can charge before it's too much money to do a quick wash. You know, and so what I do is I'll detail the outside of the car. I'll have it detailed. You know, I would get into the cracks and crevices. I would get the, you know, I would get the bonded contaminants off the paint. I'll re-protect the paint. I'll re-protect the windows. I'll do the wheels, and I'll do the tires, and then dress those and things like that. I either do the whole job or I do none of it. And usually when people, they want like a little, you know, a little quick vacuum and a wash, I just tell them to just go to the car wash. I don't do work like that. Because what's gonna happen is it's real easy to disappoint customers doing like little cheaper jobs like that, because a lot of people expect a little too much. So that's why I don't do it. But I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but yeah, that's why it makes sense to use Dawn dish soap to wash the outside of your car. Also, it cleans a lot of grime off of wheels like it's nothing, whereas regular car shampoo and things like that just won't be strong enough to do it. It's not able to rip things off. That's why they make car shampoo, because it's designed to be able to wash your car without ripping the paint clean. So, all right, I'm getting back to work, guys. I'd said enough. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments.